Sun's out. Yeah. Thank you, dear Jesus. I don't want water.
The building gets on yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go out. Yeah, just
People that I mean, that people just read this person down. Those are the names that I know. People, yeah, I know them. Good to know about them. That's what we did. Yeah. They did it for
We'll lift with two hands. We're going to place the casket on those rollers. The gentleman from Elmwood will help us. We'll just lift. Just bring the casket right over those rollers. If that helps you. Let go. Okay, we're just going to ask everyone to come close now. And I'm going to ask for the immediate family just to come in front here. Maggie.
What we're going to be doing, which Lori described on your sheets, is what's called the Kriya, the tearing of the ribbon. This is a traditional rite after a passing that someone that's close to us, our immediate family, tears their clothing. And it connects us all the way back to biblical times when they would do this. Today we wear this black ribbon. And it's a sign of Mike with you. It's a sign for all of us to know that this is not an easy time. And to take it easy, to realize that you've had a wound of your heart. And for yourself also to take it easy and to allow your heart to heal. Traditionally, this would be worn a week, but because we have the Jewish New Year tonight, our Shiva is just through this afternoon.
Notice for the children, it goes over the heart, maybe over the ears. And then the rabbi will say a prayer. We'll repeat with him.
Yeah, so this prayer is actually over 1,500 years old. It's a prayer from the Talmud that we say whenever there's bad tidings. So throughout his family, generation after generation, these are the words that would be said. If you just repeat after me, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Dayan Haamet.
Amen.
And that means, blessed are you, God, King of the universe, Judge of truth. And we're going to tear, and it's just meant to
I
look
can start
toward.
it for you. It's sometimes a little hard. I can.
Yeah, everyone's a little different.
That's perfect. That's
And
perfect.
It just is
Tear a
meant to
little
look
bit.
torn. That's all.
Perfect. Yep.
And we offer from the book of Job, Adonai Natan, Adonai Lekach, Yehishem Adonai Mavarach. God is given, God is taken. Blessed be the name of God. Okay.
There's a few seats for the immediate family, so if you,
You
want to
guys
sit
go
down.
in the first one. I'll move my book. All right.
If there's anybody that needs to sit down, we have a couple extra chairs. If anybody has any problems, please.
I think I'm going to stand here, Steve. I'm sorry. We gather together on this very difficult day to say goodbye to a beautiful human being who lived a beautiful life. It was cut short, and for this, we are filled with sadness. We know how hard he fought for a long time. He tried to get every ounce of life out of him, even as he faced very difficult odds. And it is a tragedy to lose him, but it is also something that we know that he gave all in his life. He was full of love for all of you, for his beautiful family, for the world, and he made a deep contribution. Today we will try our best to honor his legacy and begin that journey of grief. We believe his soul is also in this in-between state, letting go of his body and his earthly mode and moving towards his ancestors in the Garden of Eden. It's actually at this time, right before Rosh Hashanah, on Erev Rosh Hashanah, that the Jewish New Year, that if someone dies, that's very auspicious. It means that they already kind of have an easy pathway in, and he should have a very easy pathway. We will be doing traditional prayers today, reflecting on his life, and I would encourage you to do the same, to continue to share stories. That's really how we keep the vibrancy of his life alive. We'll start it today, and I want you to continue as you move forward from today. We're going to begin with Psalm 23, which is in your leaflet there. Please join with me. It's in the middle of it. Actually, do you have an extra one?
I thought I did.
Yeah. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, who maketh me to lie down in green pastures, who leadeth me beside the still waters, who restoreth my soul, who leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for thy name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. A poem by Merritt Malloy. When I die, I want your hands on my eyes. I want the light of the wheat of your beloved hands to pass their freshness over me once more. I want to feel the softness that changed my destiny. I want you to live while I wait for you asleep. I want your ears still to hear the wind. I want you to sniff the sea's aroma that we love to gather together, to continue to walk on the sand we walked on. I want what I love to continue to live, and you, whom I love and sang above everything else, to continue to flourish, full-flowered, so that you can reach everything my love directs you to, so that my shadow can travel along in your hair, so that everything can learn the reason for my song. I'm going to turn it over to Lori, who's going to share about her brother.
First,
Lori, you want to just maybe over here?
Okay.
And Lori, I'm going to give you this. This is so that they can hear you streaming.
Here. What a turnout, guys! Just like my dad. First, I'm going to read something. The the kids and Michael's wife, just it's too much. So I'm going to read what his wife Lynn wrote. And she wrote, "My brave warrior, you fought so hard, so hard, and I'm so proud of you. Cancer is an awful hand to be dealt, but you were so brave and kept a smile on your face throughout the entire journey. We were together through it all. Surgeries, radiation, chemo, countless appointments, long drives to Maryland and Boston, and you took each step head on. I'll forever cherish the last few years that we spent together and watching reruns of Friends, your number one, MASH, Home Improvement, Everybody Loves Raymond, King of Queens, Big Bang Theory, Knight Rider, your second favorite, and Sunday Bills games. I'll never forget our Disney trip and all the memories we made, and with the boys who finally got to go. You were so much more than your illness. You faced life fully, bravely, and with love in everything you did. Your journey with chordoma was long and challenging, full of difficult appointments and treatments, and yet you would always check in on everyone else first. What defined you was your strength, your kindness, and the way you loved to make everyone laugh. It was so important that you checked in on everyone first and tried to make them smile. I'll never forget the way you would always check in with other patients battling cancer in the hospitals you received care at, trying to lift their spirits, even if yours was low at the time. Whether it was through your humor, advice, or simply the way you listened, you left a lasting impression on everyone you met. You were a husband who loved deeply, a friend who stood by others, a father offering countless pieces of advice, always about cars, and who to go see, which he had so many car guys to talk to, and a grandfather by marriage to Morgan, whom you adored immensely. You taught us through so many examples what it meant to live with courage. Today isn't about saying goodbye, it's about saying, I'll see you later, my love. Your memory will live on within us. Let us remember him for his strength, courage, kindness, but most importantly, his sense of humor. His time with us was far too short, but his impact will last forever. We love you, babe. We know you are now pain-free and enjoying a crisp Coors Light with your mom and dad. Please don't worry about us, but know you will be in our hearts every day." Beautiful, just beautiful. Oh no, that was her. Now it's my turn.
Okay.
So now the sister gets to go. So this is an incredible turnout. Just such a tribute. I'm not surprised though. My brother made friends wherever he was and connected with people. So I had the hardest time with the eulogy because it was just so overwhelmingly sad because he was so young and it was so hard being so far away from him geographically that I just didn't feel like I had enough time with him. He died way too young. 59 years old is just too much, and he'd been battling cancer for 8 years. I know him as my little brother. We fought as kids, but we became friends as adults. He had my father's humor and smile and storytelling ability. He was my hero who fought cancer valiantly and did it in his own way. My Way, the song by Frank Sinatra, is the song he wants to be played for him. As my brother, we were very close, and though we did not always agree, because who does in a family, we managed to work things out. We never argued over the important things, though. There were no fights over anything when our parents died. He always tried to protect me from worrying about him with his smile and his attitude. And of course, you know, he's a huge Bills fan. So the Bills, that's why Lynn had the Bills hat that the Weisbrats gave to him sitting by the sign-in book. But he was more than a brother. He was a son, a husband, a father, an uncle, a nephew, a friend, and a man. I wanted a fuller packed picture beyond my view, because I don't know all his friends. I went back to read the posts on his Facebook page. And I read the posts from friends who wrote about him after he died. There is a wholesale consensus, regardless of how you knew my brother or his connection. Mike Shappy, was a sweet, sweet man with a great smile and laugh, who loved to talk with anyone. Friends, family, doctors, strangers. He made real connections with people. It was a talent, something I don't have. He asked about others' well-being and always had an incredible memory. He could remember things that I never could. He just amazing. He loved fiercely, gave 110% to everything he did, and he fought cancer until the very end. By the way, his last dying wish was to go to Graceland because he loved Elvis. We had a great childhood. We had family that was very close who are here today. Gary and Mark, the cousins, and Debbie, and on streaming. Hi, Auntie. Hi, Cousin Karen. And I'm very, very grateful for all of you. We grew up in a working class neighborhood, and that's where we got lifelong friends. There's the Diamonds, Papors, the Abington Cane who are here today. Michael wasn't the most athletic, as we know from when he played kick the can, but he always tried his best. Like I said, 110%, and then he kept up and maintained the bonds from childhood. Friendships were so very important to him. You have no idea how much you did for him with your friendship and love. I just want to briefly, so you know what he went through, because it was just hard. He had an incredibly tough journey with many challenges due to the very rare type of cancer he had, chordoma. And it was in his spine, and in a place where you just couldn't operate fully. In May 2017 is when he was diagnosed, and he called me and we cried together. But then he began his fight. He had surgery in June 2017, then it went into a clinical study at NIH down by Washington, D.C., so we had the great pleasure of having him live with us for a few months. So he got closer with my kids, we got even closer as siblings. Summer of 2018, we got the bad news that the tumor had grown, and so we went on to the next fight. Chemotherapy, another surgery, then a third surgery to correct the second surgery, then chemo, and then finally hospice. But throughout it all, as Lynn eloquently wrote, he had a smile the whole entire time. He reached out to everybody else. He was determined to beat the cancer that is rarely beaten, and in a way, although we lost him, he did beat the odds in the number of years that he would have otherwise had. He did, through sheer force of will, live many years past it. So Lynn has been his caregiver. I have to thank her. And they've been married since last September. Thank her for being with him and caring for him, and Shane as well. Shane lived in the house. He did what most young men would not do at this point in their life. He was wonderful to him and took good care of the two of them together. Thank you. Thank you. Rachel, his daughter, the apple of his eye. This child was the first one, and he loved her like nobody's business. And she was great to him. They had an incredible relationship. It was very beautiful to see. And she worked hard, and he was so proud of how she became a professional therapist. And she's a good one too, because I've had to talk to her. So, and Zach, the one, you know you're not going to agree with me on this, but you do look like him, especially right before he died. All of a sudden his hair went black. He looked younger. He had good color. He had lost weight, so he really looked a lot like Zach. And he and Zach are a lot alike in many ways. Not every way, okay? But the one thing you do share, and what your dad was so proud of for you, was not just your art skills, because he would tell me things in private. So he wasn't always good about telling you what he was proud of you, but he believed me, he was. He was so proud of how you, with your sales positions, you could do the same thing he did and what Papa did. You have that skill to connect with people. Keep it up, honey. You're going to be a great success. And I have to acknowledge and thank Kay, his first wife. They were married for over 30 years. We all owe you a debt of gratitude, because without you taking that special action at the very beginning of the diagnosis, he never would have made it this far. I thank you so much. Auntie, Karen, Debbie, Mark, Gary, sorry. Wait a minute. Jennifer. Where's Eve? Hey. Wait a minute. No. Shoot. The oldest one. Jacqueline. Okay, no, you're not Jacqueline. Okay. You are Jacqueline. You're not the oldest. Okay, I forgot. Okay. There you are. Wait a minute. I had it. I'm nervous. I'm sorry. In my, say it again. What is it? Veronica. Oh, Haley, you're there. Okay, so nice. We're very fortunate in the Shapiro family, and Gary, being in town, was always there to check in on Michael and go and check in on him, and cannot thank you enough, and Tracy and the entire Gary Shapiro family for everything you did for my brother. He thrived on it. The Abington Gay, and I have to do a shout out because you built that ramp for him in front of the house, which made it totally accessible for him. Weiss Brats, thank you. Youth group, my youth group friends, Michelle, Beth, Tammy, Alec, thank you so much for all the support you've given. Walt and Dave and Brian, you were his best friends, and Chris and Tony, who couldn't be here. Tony, I know you're out there. We love you all because you gave strength to Michael when he needed it, and he loved you both all so much. He fought and fought and fought. He didn't want to die. He wanted to live, even if it meant being bedridden. He didn't care. He loved everyone. He wanted to stay with us. And up to the very end, he didn't want to die alone, so he waited. Lynn called us, and we rushed over, and he waited till every single one of us got there. And then he waited while I got my kids on the phone so they could talk to him. And then, and only then, did he go. I'm not saying he went gently onto that good night, but I think he was at peace when he finally went. I hope so. Goodbye, my little brother. Mom and Dad have you now, and they're right there. Take care of them. You're not in pain anymore. Be at peace. I'll love you always. In his honor today, smile at anyone. Smile at a stranger. Tell someone thank you, or give them extra love today. Give a hug out. Tell a joke. Listen to Frank Sinatra my way. And thank you all so much for coming. It means the world to everybody, and especially Michael. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're
I
good.
can't keep talking.
It's okay.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Lynn, as well, for your words. I had a chance to meet the family a couple days ago, and Zachary and Shane and Rachel and Lori and Steve and Lynn. I could see what amazing people you are, and what a trauma you'd gone through to see Michael go through, as Lori described. It's a lot and it's hard, and he did it so bravely, and he thought about you first. I loved hearing about the trip to Disney World and how much he loved Winnie the Pooh. I loved that someone adult could fully embrace their Winnie the Pooh spirit. Of course, I loved about hearing about the bills too. It's not only the hat, he apparently has a blanket that he's covered in to remind him. I got to hear also Lori described in detail about the wonderful childhood, which is really right down the road here in Kenmore. She mentioned Kick the Can, the board games, the cars, just all the amazing community. How many of you are here from that Kenmore time? A bunch of you. Yeah, a bunch of you guys. It was Lori was describing, and I've heard it before, but it was a really unique time with lots and lots of kids around and a real sense of neighborhood. And he was really nurtured by that, by his beloved parents, by Burton and Sandra that are buried over there, and by the whole community. The Jewish community was active in the youth group at TBZ. He was at Lakeland. He just really embraced the whole thing. I loved hearing about him as a salesperson. He knew. How many of you bought a phone from him? How many of you are wondering where are you going to buy a phone from next time? It's a hard business. But he loved it. He passed it on to his son. There really is a sense of joy, of connection, and he apparently really stayed in touch. He remembered his customers. He created a community around that. His children, Lori mentioned, all of the TV that Lynn spoke about. Everyone Loves Raymond and all the various shows that you love to watch together. He was really part of this world. And he was beloved with that smile. Everyone who came in touch, from his caretakers, and he had wonderful caretakers, they really fell in love with him. He had kind of that sense of connection that he had. But interestingly, he was not always an extrovert. This is was interesting in hearing about his story, is that he also liked to be by himself. Sometimes he might have even said it now, it's a little too people-y, which I love that expression. That was a wonderful expression. He just was someone who gave fully to his life. He loved his friends. He loved his cars. He loved his work. I should mention his best friend Dave is here. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I heard about your wonderful friendship. And I just think, even in our sadness, as Lori was saying, let's find that joy. That's what really he exuded in his life. And the best way we can represent him, we should feel the sadness, because it is sad. I could feel it in the room in my office. I could feel it here. This is a big loss for our community, for each and every one that came out today, for those of you joining on the stream. This is a big loss. And it's a reminder that life is short, of course, and that we must live out the fullness of our day. But when we think of Michael's life, let us think about all the joy that he was able to bring, all the connection, all the love. And let's imagine that he is up there with the drinking with his parents, as Lori said.
And Tony's dead.
Yeah.
And Tony's dead too.
Oh, Tony's dead too, yeah. L'chaim, we say, to life, to Michael, to life. May his memory always be for a blessing. We're going to offer a prayer that's in your leaflet here. It's called the El Malei Rachamim. It's a prayer for the departed. This is a traditional prayer where we do want that earthly journey to be an easy one. We say to Michael, you are forgiven. Please join with me. You are forgiven. And he forgives us. And we allow his soul to feel, despite our loss, we want it to feel light and full of love and laughter and joy at a complete life. So we're going to offer this as he begins his journey towards his afterlife. Please join with me. I'll begin in Hebrew. And his Hebrew name is, which is actually read, Mikhail ben Baruch Vasora. El Malei Rachamim Shochen Bamromim Hamse Menucha Nechona Tachat Kanfei Ashchina B'malot Kedoshim Utarim Kezoar Rakia Mazirim et Nishmat Mikhael ben Baruch Vasora Shehalach Leolamo Baal Rachamim Yastireha B'Seter Knafav Leolamim Vitzror B'Tzror Chaim Et Nishmato Adonai Hu Nachalato V'Yanuach B'Shalom Al Mishkavo. And we say together, Amen. Let's read the prayer in English. Lord, full of mercy, who dwells on high, find fitting rest upon the wings of the Shekhinah, the divine presence, and the heights of the holy and pure, who shine like the glow of the firmament, for the soul of Michael Shapiro, who is gone to his eternal world. For we pray in memory of his soul, may his resting place be in the Garden of Eden. Therefore may the Master of mercy shelter him in the shelter of God's wings forever, and may God bind his soul in the bond of life. The Lord is his inheritance, and may he rest peacefully upon his resting place. And we say, Amen. I'm going to invite the wonderful workers here at Elm Lawn that do such a wonderful job of taking care. We also thank Mesnikoff, Jay and Maggie for all of their support to the family. We're going to lower the casket now.
After the casket is lowered, we have a tradition going back thousands of years in the Jewish religion where we don't let our loved ones be buried by strangers, but by their friends and by the family. So we're going to ask if you want to place a little earth on the casket, you're more than welcome to do so. This is really one of the highest good deeds or mitzvahs in our religion. This is the one time we do something for somebody and they can't say thank you back. So that's why they actually declare it as such a big good deed. You'll see sometimes people might take the shovel, turn it upside down the wrong way, and put a little earth upside down to start. That just shows our hesitancy that we don't want to be doing this. Sometimes people put the 3 shovelfuls on total, representing mind, body, and earth or soul. And I want everybody to be careful if you come up to do this. And when you're done, we don't pass the shovel to the next person saying, here, it's your turn. We do this on our own free will. So you can either just lay it down on the ground or put it back in the earth. I just ask everyone be very careful if you're doing this around. There's boards and things. We have stakes in the ground here with holding the tent up, so be very careful when you back up or anything. We don't want any injuries when you're doing this.
As Jay said, number one rule of what we're going to do is no injuries. I did notice even this green tarp over here, it's a little uneven, and this is a voluntary action. When someone dies that we love, first of all, we want to honor their wishes. This is our way of saying that we have you. And Michael, we are going to make sure that you're buried just like your parents in the way that you wanted to be buried. And we also are telling one another that when it comes our time, we also will be there for each other. And it's very meaningful that we do this act together. As Jay said, we do the shoveling in an unusual way. The back of the shovel, just like we took 7 awkward pauses while we were coming down here, we want to slow this down because we might want to just rush through it. But instead of that, we take the back of the shovel. This is very difficult. You can see this earth over here is probably going to be very hard. We have softer earth here and this still will. So it's more symbolic. It's almost impossible. And then, as Jay said, a few shovelfuls. Carefully, and then we place the shovel back into the earth for the next person. We'll invite the immediate family first, and afterwards anyone who'd like to participate is able. We'll have both sides open. This earth right here is on the heavier side, so just be aware. Yeah, it's nearly impossible.
rest of the friends can join in now. People can come around this way too if you'd like to. You can use both sides. Actually, I'm gonna put this way. Step right forward. Only for the person. Come over this way. It's slippery over here in the water stuff. This way you're easy this way. What I'm going to do is, if you wouldn't mind, we're going to have everybody just form two lines facing each other.
Jay, we're going to do the mourners. Jay, we're going to do mourners cottage first.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, over there.
But I'll just have them line up.
Okay.
If we can all come around this way. We'll just start here. The family's going to walk between us. So if the friends can just come over this way. If everyone can come over this way, all the friends, we're just going to form a line facing this way, going toward the cars that will walk between, the family will walk between us.
Oh, the Janet? What? Right here.
In just a second, we're going to offer the mourners Kaddish. That's the prayer on here, where we sanctify God's name in honor of Michael. This is the first time that we do it. We will continue to do it on our holidays and throughout the year as we're remembering him. But our grief is ongoing, so every year on the anniversary, which Jewishly is easy to remember, it's the day before Rosh Hashanah, we will also continue to offer, because our grief will be ongoing, and our memory of Michael will still be present. So the prayer itself is a mixture of Hebrew and Aramaic, and the custom goes back at least 1,000 years, so it would be have been done in Michael's family for quite some time.
We'll let everyone know.
I'm trying where he is. He's not really interested. He doesn't show his emotions. Yeah. Go ahead, sir. He was supposed to go see him at first, but he was been working so bad he didn't get to see him. And then he told him, "Hey, my husband." No, he did it. I saw him. My Yes, yes, my husband. Yes, he also my husband had a wheelchair. Couldn't get around.
And then also, we're going to be saying our final prayer in just a moment. The Kaddish prayer it's in your yellow pamphlet. After that, we'll let the family go through the line. If anybody didn't get a chance to sign the register book, the family wanted to make sure everybody signed the register book, which is right over there. We'll
By the Bill's hat.
Yeah, we'll keep it out. And also, one other announcement. This is on what day that you're
Tuesday night,
on,
6 o'clock.
On Tuesday night at 6 o'clock, everyone is invited to Caputis. And that is on
Sheridan Drive.
Sheridan Drive.
There's a little bit more room on the other side. I don't know if you want.
Connected so many people. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, the Mourner's Kaddish again. It's the transliteration. The prayer just means God's name is great, and we should have peace in this world. It actually doesn't refer to death. There's no melody to it, so when we do it, we'll do it nice and slow. And if you wanted to honor Michael, take these with you. And this is an important ritual that we have in the Jewish community. Please join with me. Yitgadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'alma, Divrach Hirtei, V'amlik Malchutei, V'chayachon, V'yamachon, V'chayei, Dechol Beit Yisrael, B'agalav, V'zman, Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Varach Leolam Olmei Olmaya. Yitbarak, V'yishtabak, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitalev, V'yitalal, Shmei Dekudashah B'rechu, Leila min kol Birchata V'shirata, Tush B'chata V'nechamata, Damiran V'alma V'yimru, Amen. Yehei Shlam Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu V'yal Kol Yisrael V'yimru, Amen. O says Shalom B'imramav, Huya says Shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yisrael te'val v'imru amen. May God grant peace to Michael's soul and peace in our world, and we say amen. As Jay said, we're going to allow the family to come through the center of the area, and we'll offer them the traditional words. Please join in with me. Hamakom. Yinachem,
Yinachem,
Etchem,
Echem,
Betok,
Betok,
Shar,
Shar,
Avlei,
Alei,
Sion,
Sion,
V'Yerushalayim.
Yerushalayim.
May God comfort you among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. May we all go in our way in peace. This concludes our service today. May Michael's memory always be for a blessing. And may this be a sacred, holy ground for us to come and honor him, but also honor him through our deeds in this world. Please be very careful on the way out. There are a lot of traffic comes over here, so just be careful. And thank you on behalf of the family for coming today.
Thanks, Rabbi. We'll be